Hello. We've looked at the construction of a kind of descriptor of sort of short-term action sequences so that we can look at a sort of instantaneous behavior such as like a run or a hand wave or something like that. And what we would like to do now is see how we can use that descriptor as a way of indexing into a database of previously stored actions. Once we've indexed in that database, then we can say the action that we've recognized from that database is a particular action, and that allows us to say, well, we've identified it. So what that means now is that we need to find out some way of doing this kind of matching algorithm. Well, the basic matching algorithm is just a kind of convolution type algorithm. As we saw previously, we had a descriptor of an object, of an action, okay, from one particular sequence, and we indexed over the 4 components of the optical flow, and we also indexed over the pixel values, and this is for a given time frame. And so this is a description maybe of a new video sequence that we've just got, and that's the descriptor that comes from a single frame. Here is a corresponding single frame of sequence B, which is stored in our database, and we're just going to match frame I from the first sequence with frame J of the second sequence. If the two are identical, then this would have a very high matching score. If the two are not identical, then it'll have a very low matching score. And so consequently, this matching function right here gives us some idea of how well the two sequences match for these particular frames. Okay, so this is for frame I and frame J. Well, how well does that sort of work? Well, we have an example right here of, for example, the football player running, where we have the ith frame matched with the j frame. And this kind of encodes how well that matching takes place. So the bright red colors mean that the 2 pixels, or the 2 frames, or this frame and this frame, actually match very well. And the blue color is saying that, you know, this frame and these frames do not match very well. So this is a kind of color representation of the different values that you get for this matching function. So we look at this and we kind of say, right, well, I can certainly see that there's some frames that match particularly well, and I see that there's a little bit of a sort of structure in here. But one of the things that we have not taken account of here is the fact that actions are not single frames long. Actually, they're a sequence of consecutive frames. And we haven't taken advantage of that little extra piece of knowledge. So that's what we're going to do next.